Good afternoon, people. How you guys doing? Good afternoon, everyone. Trust you had a great day. Trust your day was fruitful, or trust your day is still fruitful. Yeah, I had a couple of tasks to run this morning, and I got that done. And I felt this would be the right time to come have a word with our people, with our friends online, and say how you doing. It's been great these few days with us online. We've been having back to back messages, back to back talks that if properly harnessed would change lives. If properly put into practice would change life. I implore you to watch our videos. Anywhere you see this, anywhere you're meeting me, please do one thing. Subscribe to our channel, share these messages, share this live. And if they speak to your heart, don't sit on it, please. Share it to someone else. The more people it gets to, the better our world becomes. I believe that strongly in my heart. Thank you so much for your support. It's been a great week. Oh, this outgoing week had been wonderful. We finished a good series, the Quiet Build series. Then I just started some random messages that came out of spontaneity, and it's been great. We talked about leverage yesterday. Leverage was so good, so good. Then from leverage we moved into, yeah, it was still part of leverage till the night, but it was still so good. I just want you to know that this channel is dedicated towards growth, dedicated towards development, dedicated towards living a stable life, because I believe that is possible. I believe it's possible. I don't live in I don't live in shambles. I don't live in pains. I don't live in hastes. So I believe it is possible to live a stable life. But you have to go by the principles. If you follow the principles, you get the answers. So today, what are we talking about? Please let us know where you're joining us from once you join. Today, the title of this talk is What Feels Ordinary in You is Somebody Else's Miracle. What feels ordinary in you is somebody else's miracle. That is what we are dwelling on today. What feels ordinary, what comes to you naturally that you call ordinary, that you call just, hey, Matt, this is something I can just do by the wave of the hand. That is somebody else's miracle. Please share this live, like it, and share it, please. Thank you so much. Hey, Kayla Franks, how you doing? Kenneth, how you doing? Today, I need to talk to the person who has been calling their gift normal. I need to talk to the person who has been calling their gifting ordinary. Let me tell you a story. I went to Costco today to shop. As usual, after shopping, I was in my car. I was playing some songs. Then a scene played up before me at the front of my car. I saw someone that came to buy a couple of items, groceries from Costco. One of the milk, the can of the milk fell down. It was not just the can of the milk that fell down. Then, I don't know why, she took the can of the milk and disposed it. Hello, Chanel Martinez, how you doing? And disposed it. While she turned to go back to her car, somebody else came down from his car, went there and took that can of the milk. So it played out in my very front today. then it just gave me a notion, it just gave me a message in my mind that to the person that threw away the can of the milk, it felt like nothing. But to the person that picked it up, that was a miracle. That was a miracle. So I thought about that. I was like, the same thing with our lives. The same thing with our lives. See, the person who keeps saying, man, it's nothing, man. This is just something that happens to me naturally. Anybody can do this. It's nothing. There's nothing special about it. I'm just doing what I have to do. I'm just surviving. I'm just helping. No, my friends, no. Today, I came to tell you something that might change how you see your whole life. What feels ordinary to you and in you is somebody else's miracle. I need you to sit with that. The way you stay calm in pressure, it is ordinary to you. It comes second nature to you. But that's a miracle to somebody else. The way you solve problems, it's second nature to you. It's ordinary to you. But that is a miracle to somebody else. The way you carry pain and you still show up, to you is second nature. You just do what you have to do. But that's a miracle to somebody else. The way you care for people, the way you guide people, the way you explain things to people, the way you organize things, the way you survive things, it may feel small to you because you've lived with it. Yesterday, I talked about lived experiences, right? You have lived with it, but somebody else is struggling in the very area where you move freely and easily. So today, we're going to break that lie that says your life is nothing special. Who told you that? See, a lot of people are sitting on purpose. They are sitting down on purpose. Hey, hello, Enly Ball, how you doing? Not because they don't have purpose, but because what they carry feels too familiar to them. They have allowed familiarity make their purpose look small. So they sit down on purpose. And we all know that what is familiar, we often undervalue. Hey, I'm fine, Ellen. How you doing? I'm fine. Thank you so much. So today we're going to talk about why people minimize their value, how pain can make you blind to your own strength, how ordinary people become lifelines for others, and how to stop saying, I'm just an ordinary person, and start honoring what you carry and start honoring your gift. So if this is for you, I want you to please type in the chat, this is for me, and also let us know where you're joining from. Kindly share. Oh, thank you so much, Enly Ball. She said you liked and you subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now let's start here. One of the most dangerous things in life is familiarity. One of the most dangerous things in life is familiarity. Because familiarity makes valuable things feel common. You see it all the time. It lives near you. Okay, thank you, Ellie. I see you. It lives near you. It lives. So you're always thinking, if I use this tool every day, I'll stop appreciating it because I'm not familiar with it. So if you survive hard things for years, you can start thinking strength is just normal. Because you've lived in survival mode, so you think strength is just normal. And the same thing happens with your gift. Because, see, you live with your ability every day. You think with your mind every day. You carried your story for so long. So you start saying, this is just me, Matt. This is just me. It's normal. This is not a gift. This is nothing. I'm not doing anything special. But hear me, friends. Hear me very well, loud and clear. What is common to you may be life-changing to somebody else. What is common to you may be life-changing to somebody else. You need to understand this, friends. Because many people never step into purpose. A lot of people never step into purpose, not because they lack value, but because they just misjudge what purpose is. They are looking for the big bang to think that is purpose. So the small things that are second nature, they don't look into that. They think things like, if it comes natural, it must not be important. Who told you that? If they don't struggle with it, it must not be rare. If they've done it for years, it must not matter. No, friends, no. 1,000 times no. Sometimes, the thing that comes naturally to you is the very thing you were built to carry. The thing that comes naturally to you is the very thing you were built to live with. And because it's natural to you, you think it's small. But to someone else, it is the answer they've been praying for. To you, you think it's small, but to somebody else, it is the answer they've been praying for. So I want to make this real a little bit. There was a woman, let's call this woman Tanya. Tanya, she was raising kids, managing a home, stretching money, calming conflict, and carrying more than most people knew. She was the one everybody called when they had a family drama. Somebody needed help. A child was struggling, a bill was behind, emotions were high, life felt chaotic. Everybody calls Tanya. And she always said the same thing: I'm just a mom. I'm just a single mom. That sentence right there, that sentence carries so much pain. Just. She wasn't just anything. She wasn't just anything. She was a leader. She was a problem solver. She was an emotional anchor. She was a teacher, a strategist, a peacekeeper, a builder. But what she says is, I'm just a mom. But because she did this every day, for her, she does these things every day, so she calls them ordinary. One day, somebody asked her to share a few of her routines with younger mothers. Simple things, like what do you do? How she resets the house after a hard week. How she talks to her kids when they shut down. How she plans meals when money is tight. How she protects peace when stress enters the home. She almost said no because she always feels, I'm just a mom. She almost said no. Do you know why? Because she thought, who wants to hear me? This is basic. This is what I do. This is basic. But when she shared, the room got quiet. When she shared, she was surprised. Women were crying. Women were taking notes. Some were asking questions, saying, I needed this. This was the answer I needed for the questions I have in my heart. And Tanya, she sat there, she was shocked. Because what felt like survival to her felt like wisdom to these women. Family, that's the message today. The thing you call basic may be somebody else's breakthrough. The thing you call normal may be somebody else's prayers answered. Stop looking at your life only through your eyes. Look at it through the eyes of the person who doesn't have your strength yet. Stop looking at your life only through your eyes. Let's talk why people minimize their value. Because when I was putting this together, I thought about it. Why is it that people minimize their value? Why? Why do people really minimize what they carry? Hey, It's for Life. Thanks so much. People minimize what they carry because pain made it look like survival, not gifting. Pain made it look like survival, not gifting. A lot of your strength was built in hard season. You learn to manage pressure because you had to manage it. You learn to stay calm because panic wasn't an option. You learn to solve problems because nobody was coming. You were alone. So you learn to solve problems. A lot of your strengths were built during hard season. So now, when people call you strong, you say, I'm not strong. I just did what I had to do. Exactly. And that's what I had to do to build a muscle in you. See, that statement, what I had to do, it built a big muscle in you that somebody else still needs help to build. The muscle you build it with that's what I had to do. A lot of people are looking for, how can I build this muscle? But for you, because it comes natural, because it comes second nature, you take it as ordinary. Because things come naturally to you, you assume that everybody knows it. You assume that's how it happens to everybody. No, my friend, no. Some people cannot do what you do. I learned that very quickly. I learned that very quickly in my life. A lot of people cannot do what I do. And I cannot do so many things a lot of people do. I don't know how to fight karate. I don't know how to raise my legs. I don't know how to do it. But to somebody else, that comes second nature. To somebody else, that is like, what do you mean, Matt? I can raise my leg and kick with my leg. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to throw blow. I don't know how to do it. But to somebody else, that comes like, what do you mean? If I have to be a boxer, it will take me more time because I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to learn a lot to be a boxer. But to somebody else, man, boxing, he doesn't need a coach. He just goes and, that is what I'm saying. To you, it comes like this thing is so simple and I don't care about it. No, what I'm saying here is that is somebody's miracle. Don't just ditch it. Don't just throw it down because you think it comes easy. See, let me tell you, some people cannot organize what you organize. Some people cannot communicate how you communicate. Some people cannot recover how you recover. Some cannot care the way you care. Don't confuse ease for lack of value. These things you have, they are not valueless. They are not valueless. They have a lot of value. Don't make it of non-value because you think it is too common. And another reason why people kind of drop down their value or make things look valueless is because nobody affirmed them early. And I always say that, see, if you do stuff and nobody's clapping for you, that doesn't mean you're wrong. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It simply means you're early. You saw the lights too early. That should give you what I call first coming advantage. See, some people grew up in environments where their gifts were ignored. Nobody kind of helped them. Nobody groomed them. They were useful, but they were not celebrated. They were relied on, but they were not named. They were carrying, but they were not thanked. So now, even when you do amazing things, part of you still says, it doesn't count. Who told you that it doesn't count? It counts, my friend. It counts. It counts. Another way people kind of reduce their value, they compare their gift to louder gifts. Oh, Matt, I just have 1,000+ subscribers on my channel. If I start looking at those guys that have 10,000, I'll be discouraged. What about the guys that have 100,000? What about 1,000,000? What about 10 million? Come on. That's not what I should be looking at. Stay on your lane, do your thing. See, comparison is not an option. It is not an option. You were not asked to be here to compare your life to somebody else's. No way. There is no one on earth. There's no one. There's no another you. See, this is Matt. You can't find Matt any other place like this. You can find somebody that looks close to me that we might have the same features, but it won't be able to talk like me. It won't be able to assimilate like me. The same thing with you. You are special. You are special. Stop comparing your gift to louder gifts. Let me tell you, personally, I can tell you, I've just been on YouTube for less than a year. Why do I compare myself to somebody that's been on YouTube for 10 years? Why? If I do that, then I'm stupid. The same thing with you. The same thing with you. Stay on your lane. Do what you have to. Don't compare your life. Don't compare your life. See, most of the things you see out there, there are things we call highlight reel of somebody. You are comparing your whole life to somebody's highlight reel. It will not work. Your gift is quieter doesn't mean you're smaller. Your gift is quieter. It doesn't mean you're smaller. It simply means, see, when I have these talks, I don't talk to the crowd. If there's nobody listening, I still talk. If it is one person, I still talk. I was shocked last week. I was having a conversation and I talked about marriage. It was 11 p.m. in the night. And I talked about marriage, and somebody responded. It was only one person that was online, and he responded, and he said, he sent me $2.67. I was shocked. And I asked him, why did you send the money? He said, Matt, you don't know what you just said. You just said exactly what I'm going through. He said, you just said exactly what I'm going through. I was shocked. He was the only one online. Even if he was not there, I would still keep on talking. Because I do believe that your wisdom, your gift, what God has given to you, it is special. There is somebody for you. So don't compare yourself. Listen to me, friends. Quiet gifts still change lives. A listening ear is a gift. Stability is a gift. Patience is a gift. Discernment is a gift. Clarity is a gift. Faithfulness is also a gift. Not everything powerful is loud. No. Not everything with a lot of value is loud. Sometimes some things can be quiet and still be very, very powerful. Let me tell you another story. There was a man I know I call Robert. Hey, John Poggy, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Robert worked in operations for years. Robert was quiet. He was reliable. For him, being the center of the attraction or attention was not his thing. But whenever there was a problem, everybody called Robert. Everybody called him. System issue, Robert. Schedule breakdown, Robert. Customer problem, Robert. New person confused, Robert. He had this ability to walk into chaos and make things clear. But if you ask him what he did, he just shrugged. He said, I just do my job. That's that word again, just. That's that word, just. One day, a younger employee sat with him and said, you know what you do is not normal, right? A younger person was asking Robert, you know what you do is not normal? Robert laughed. The young guy said, no, I'm serious. You explain things in 5 minutes. I've been trying to understand for 3 weeks. You don't panic. You don't make people feel stupid. You make hard things make sense. And for the first time, Robert got quiet and he listened. Because he never knew he had a gift. He never named his gift. He thought it is so simple, it comes natural to him. He thought he was just experienced. But it was more than experience. He had clarity, he had calm, he had patience, he had teaching ability. Eventually, someone encouraged him to train others formally. Robert he started documenting his process. He started mentoring, he started leading. Then he consulted in the same time. And what changed his life wasn't a new gift. It was a new awareness. It was a new awareness. Hear me, friends. Some of you don't need a new calling. You don't need a new purpose. Some of you don't even know your purpose because you are sitting on it. You need a new aspect or a new respect for the calling you already carry. And I asked this question yesterday. What do people come to you for? Do they come to you for advice? Do they come to you to help them fix their phones? Do they come to you to help them fix their hair? Do they come to you to help them fold their clothes? What do people come to you for? That might be your purpose. You're sitting on it. You're sitting on it. If you've not seen the video I did yesterday, please go watch it. I talked about leverage. What do people come to you for? Your value you might not be Elon Musk. You might not be Bill Gates. You might be placed in a small area where you just do stuff. Do you know what your purpose is? Today I want to challenge your language. I want to challenge your language. Because language reveals belief. Some of you keep saying, I'm just a parent, Matt. I'm just a worker. I'm just a small business owner, Matt. I'm just sharing what I've learned. I'm just trying to help. I used to say that a lot. I used to say, oh, I'm just trying to help, I'm just sharing what I know. I'm just sharing what I've learned. No. Stop speaking small about what God gave you. Stop talking small about it. I want you to replace I'm just with I carry. Not instead of saying I'm just a parent, say things like I carry wisdom for a home. I make a home. Instead of saying I'm just a worker, say I carry solutions. I carry solutions. I carry stability. Instead of saying I'm just sharing online the way I do, say I carry a message that can help people. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I used to think I'm just talking. No, it got to a point I said, no, this is more than that, Matt. What you carry is a message that can help people. That's why I keep sharing it with all joy. Somebody reached out to me during the week and said, Matt, you've been sharing back to back this week. I said, I didn't plan for it. I just made myself a conduit. The messages just come true. They just come true and they come fresh and fresh and fresh and fresh. So for me, it's not ordinary. That's a gift. God gave it to me. What did God give to you that you're sitting on? Are you a good gamer? Do you like to play games? Do you know how to play games? Go ahead and play games and review the games. What stops you from doing that? What stops you from playing Mario and review Mario and say, this is how it should be played? What stops you from doing that? Don't just say you're sharing online. Say you have a message that will help people. If you're listening to my yesterday video, I talked about leverage. If you know how to cook, what stops you from sharing? What stops you from starting a YouTube channel and teaching people how to cook? What stops you? That might just be your purpose. But you're there, you're complaining, you have a phone, you're even complaining. That might just be your purpose. Leverage these things. I talked about that yesterday. If you've not seen that video, please go check it out. Don't say, I'm just trying my best. No. Say, I carry strength. Even when I'm tired, even when I'm healing, I carry strength. See, that language shift, it matters. What you say matters because people often live under what they call themselves. So you call yourself not enough, you live under that. You live under that. If you keep calling your life small, you will keep hiding your value. If you keep calling your gift nothing, you will keep building, you will never build around it. And many people are not missing purpose. I said that yesterday. Many people are not missing purpose. They are simply missing permission. They are waiting for somebody to tell them to do something. No. Today, give yourself permission to honor what you carry. And I ask you again, what is it that people come to you for? What is it that you can do and you do very well? What is it? What is it? What is it? If you're thinking, oh, Matt, my purpose is before I need to be Donald Trump to know my no. Everybody must not be Donald Trump. Everybody must not be Bill Gates. In the small corner where you are, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? Today, give yourself permission to honor what you carry. I want to talk to another kind of gift. The gift that doesn't always get a title. There's another kind of gift, the gift that doesn't get a title. You know that person everybody calls when life is falling apart? My daughter is crying outside. She wants to jump in the call. You know that person that everybody calls when life is falling apart? I call her Nina. Nina is a friend people call when their marriage is shaky, when their anxiety is high, when their child is struggling, when somebody is grieving, when somebody's ashamed, when somebody's confused. Nina always picks up. She listens. She helps people breathe. She asks the right questions. She says the hard truth with love. She helps people come back to themselves. But Nina never saw that as a gift. She just thought, I'm a caring person. What? Listen, friends, there are a lot of caring people, but not everyone can carry people. Not everyone can communicate that care to people. There's a difference. Some people care but make it worse. Some people care but panic with you. Some people care but they care but they put themselves in the center. But Nina, she carried people well. So one day, after helping a friend through a hard season, that friend said, "You have no idea what you do for people. You help me hear myself better. You help me hear myself again." That line stayed with Nina. You help me hear myself again. Family, friends, do you know how powerful that is? There are people whose gift is not strange presence. Their gift is presence. They make people feel safe. They make people feel seen. They make people think clearly. They make people feel less alone. And because it doesn't look flashy, they call it ordinary. No. That kind of gift saves lives. Please hear me and hear me clearly. Do not measure your value only by what we monetize quickly. No. Some of the greatest gifts in the world are relational gifts. You can't monetize most of them. And if you learn how to name and structure them, they can become an impact on a whole new level. They can become an impact on a whole new level. See, as usual on my channel, I try to get practical at some point. So let's try and do something practical here. How do you identify what feels ordinary in you but is actually valuable? I'm going to give you some questions. If you can, think about them. What do people always come to you for? What do people always come to you for? Not what you wish they came for. What do they actually come to you for today? Look for patterns. Look for patterns. Before I started this YouTube channel just to talk to people, it was tough. I didn't want to do it because I'm the guy that doesn't want to fail publicly. I'm that guy. I just like to do my stuff and I read my books and just move on. But I felt, when will you stop? When will you stop this? And a lot of people come to me and they, "Hey, Matt, I'm thinking about this." I'm like, "Oh, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that," and boom. Then a student of mine called me and said, "Matt, what are you doing? Start a YouTube channel. Just open one YouTube channel." My wife had been on my case for years. "Get into this thing. You have a lot to say. Why are you not saying it? Why are you not telling your truth?" Until I got in. And I saw it's a ministry. It's a ministry. What do people come to you for? Look for patterns. Number two, what do I do that feels easy to me but hard for others? What do I do that feels easy to me but difficult for others? That's a clue. Let me tell you something. The name of this YouTube channel, when I opened this YouTube channel, there was no name. It was my name. So I went to church that day. I was in church, my wife by my side, my mom by the other side. And the choir was ministering. And they were singing this song, "Made for More." Then it stuck in my brain. Your YouTube channel should be called "Built for More." It came easy. And that's how messages come to me. That's how talks come, titles come. I can see a car just pass through, just drive by. I just get impulses. Then I just start putting things together. To me, it comes so simple, so easy. I also believe to you, there's something that comes very easy. We are all humans. God gave everybody that intellectual prowess. To you, there's something that comes so simple and you take it for granted. That's a clue. Number three, what have I survived that taught me something useful? What have I gone through? Take the pain. That pain has become wisdom. There's a lot of people that are going through that. They don't even know what to do. They don't know where to go to. You can be the one that speaks to them. Yesterday, when I was talking about leverage, one of the questions I got is that somebody said, "Matt, if I had met you 10 years ago, it would have been different." I said, no. I said, no. I said, do you know what? You have what we call depth right now. You have depth. In this world of chaos, in this world of noise, your depth is needed. Your depth. If you talk, that is wisdom. With your age, that is wisdom. Use it. Don't go to the grave with it. The guy was shocked. I said, no. Go start your YouTube channel. We want to hear from you. Another clue, what do people thank you for? Sometimes your gift is hidden in what people keep appreciating. What do they thank you for? What do they thank you for? Another clue, what frustrates me because I can't see a better way? Something is happening, but it keeps on frustrating me because I can't see a better way. Sometimes your gift shows up in irritation. You're like, why are you doing this thing this way? Why are you doing this thing this way? You see what's broken because you are built to improve it. I work in digital, I work in IT, I work in digital transformation project. I go into a project that is crazy. I start seeing solutions. I said, you sound like a wise man that has an accent. I'm going to sit and listen. I love the accent, man. That's what I got. Thank you so much, Zafar. See, that's how, for me, because I see people go into digital transformation project, but they don't know, they start running like kids in the desert without a map. I'm like, no, draw your map first. Draw your map first. What are you trying to solve? What are you trying to solve? Right? That one comes to me naturally. That's what I do for life. That's what I do. It comes naturally. Also to you, there are some things that comes, you see it and you shout, why are you making this mistake? Maybe somebody is talking and he's making what he's saying is all gaff, and you're like, oh, why are you making this mistake? That could be a calling. That could be something driving you towards a calling. Letting you know your purpose. Don't sit on it. And another clue is, what can I talk about for a long time without pretending? For me, this is what I do. I just talk. I don't need incentive to talk. What about you? Do you just play soccer? Does it just come to you freely? Do you just ride a bike? Does it just come to you freely? Do you just play golf? Does it just come to you freely? Thank you so much, Zafar. These are gifts. These are gifts. Real gifts, they have depth. They have depth. So now let me help you with something. Your gift may be in one of these lanes, all right? Your gift may be clarity. Your gift might be encouragement. Your gift, oh, thank you, Eat for Life. Thank you, Angel. I see you. Your gift might be structure. Your gift might be empathy. Your gift might be leadership. Your gift might be discernment. Your gift might be creativity, resilience, technical skills, problem solving, peace under pressure. And if you don't know yet, start listening to your life. Your life has been leaving clues all this way. Start listening to your life. Start listening. I want to talk about this because I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant that knows what is doing. And I see a lot of problem with immigrants around the world because a lot of them are like starting over again. But I want to speak to the person who had to start over. Let me call this man Emeka. Back home, Emeka is respected. Back home, he had skills. Back home, he had experience. He had exposure. He knew who he was back home. Then life changed. New country, new systems, new culture, new language in some spaces, new rules. And he's got a thick accent. And suddenly, all the things he knew felt invisible. He had to take jobs below his capacity. He had to prove himself again. He had to explain himself again. He had to rebuild confidence with while carrying responsibility. And after a while, Emeka starts believing a dangerous lie. Maybe I'm not who I thought I was. Haha. But Emeka was. He was great at what he does back home. He was good. He just didn't know how to translate his value yet. That's what many people miss. Starting over does not erase what you carry. No. It only forces you to reframe it. Once Emeka stopped trying to prove his whole title and started expressing his actual value, things changed. He started saying things like, I solved this kind of problem. I know how to build this process. I've led complexity before. I can help in this area and that area. He adapted how he communicated. He leveraged his experience. He used technology, built relationship. And slowly, the same strength that felt hidden became invisible. It became visible again. Please hear me, friends. Hear me clearly. If you're new or you're in a new chapter, you're not empty. If you're in a new country, you're in a new space, you're in a new city, life had changed from what it used to be. Now you're thinking, did I make a mistake? You're thinking, did I make a mistake? You may be unfamiliar, you may be unseen, you may be rebuilding, but you're not empty. You're not empty. What feels ordinary to you was built over years. Don't throw it away because the room changed. Don't do that. Don't throw it away because the room changed, my friend. Let me tell you something that may set somebody free today. If you wait for people to validate your gift before you honor your gift, you may wait for too long. You may wait for too long. Some people will never name what you carry. They will never validate your gift. Not because they can't see it, not because it's not real, not because you're not solving problems, but because they benefit from you not seeing it. They benefit from you not knowing the kind of gift you carry. So they're going to make you remain like that. See, friends, it's hard, but it's the truth. That person could be somebody in your office. That person could be somebody in your home. He knew what you carry. He knows what you carry. He knows your worth. But he's not going to voice it. He's not going to name it. Because if he names it, you start seeing yourself differently. So he benefits from you remaining that way. Some people love your labor but fear your voice. They love your help but don't want your growth. They love your availability but don't want your boundaries. They love what you do, but they don't want you to fully know your worth. Friends, if you're waiting for applause to start respecting your own gift, you may stay in a small rooms that only you know how to use, and that will be disastrous. That will be a problem. So today I need you to validate what you carry yourself, not from the point of ego, but from responsibility. And that is not arrogance. It is not arrogance. It is not arrogance to name your strength. It is not arrogance to honor your wisdom. It is not arrogant to respect your experience. It is not arrogant to build upon and around your gifts. That is stewardship. God gave you the gift. Use it. Use it, friends. And if your gift can help people, you have a responsibility not to keep calling it nothing. If your gift can help people, you have a responsibility not to keep calling it nothing. Because what you keep minimizing, you will never multiply. What you keep minimizing, you will never multiply. I need to talk to someone before we go. I need to talk to the person whose value is your value is buried under shame. Let's call that man Derek. Derek has lived through a lot. Bad decisions, broken relationship, financial mistake, years of silence, seasons of guilt. By the time he started getting his life together, he had wisdom, real wisdom. That the kind that comes from surviving what almost took you out. But he wouldn't share anything. You know what he kept saying? My story is too messy. What he called messy was exactly what made him relatable. One day he opened up to a younger guy who was heading down the same road. He didn't preach, he just told the truth. He told the truth where he messed up, what it cost him, what he ignored. That finally changed him. And that young man said, I needed to hear this from someone who actually been there. That moment changed Derek because he realized his scars were not just reminder of pain, they were evidence of survival. Friends, some of you are hiding the very part of your life that gives your message weight. You think people need perfection? They don't need perfection. They need truth. They need honesty. They need somebody who can say, I've been there and there, this is a way. Or this is the way. What feels like shame to you may become healing for somebody else. I'm not saying expose everything. I'm not saying that. I'm saying stop bearing the wisdom that came from what you survived. Stop bearing the wisdom. Now let's take this all the way home. If what feels ordinary to you is somebody else's miracle, how do you see it? Or how do you use it? Name it clearly. Stop using vague language. Don't say, I just help people. No, say things like, I help parents create peace in their homes. Good curation. Say things like, I help people organize chaos and I build systems. Great way to talk. Say things like, I help people rebuild from hard seasons. I help professionals think clearly under pressure. Clarity creates confidence. 2, respect it enough to develop it. If it's a gift, sharpen it. If you have a gift, sharpen it. Read, practice, refine, get better, make mistakes, no problem. You're human. You are human. Go check my first video. They were crazy. My first set of videos, they were crazy. And I don't care. I uploaded them because they had the message. It was not about the background or the camera. I never had a camera. It was a phone. But I still uploaded those videos. You have a gift. Man, you are human. You can make mistakes. You're allowed to make mistakes. Sharpen it. Get better. Natural ability is a start. It is not the finish. You start from where you are naturally, then you grow. Start small. Number 3, start small, but start intentionally. You don't need a stage. No, you don't need a stage. Start with one conversation, one post, one video, one group, one person. Just start small, but be consistent. All right? Be consistent. And now build a reading. Number 4. Your gift needs structure. Decide where you will show up. Decide what you will talk about. Decide how often you will share. Decide how people can reach you. A gift without structure always stays random. Yesterday, I said, social media is open, but you don't have to be on every platform. You can be on every platform, but what is your main platform? I said, if you are looking for Miller Matt, come to YouTube. This is where I do what I do. Do I have bits and pieces on Facebook and on TikTok? Yes, but I don't stay there. You see me majorly here because I am building depth here. A gift without structure stays random. You can post everywhere, but focus your energy. Focus your energy. Another good point is let service lead. Don't chase attention first. Don't chase attention. Serve first. Let service be at the forefront. Let service be at the forefront. The people who resonate, they will find you. And now most of these things I talk about, it's so appalling that a lot of people just send me messages. They're like, mad. I listened to this message. What do you think about this? And I look at that. That becomes a title for another message or for 5 messages down the line. And I'm so blessed because I now notice that I've helped somebody grow. I've helped somebody just, and the people I help, I don't know them. I've not met one of them. But I'm grateful I'm able to serve. Let service lead. The people who resonate with you, they'll find you for sure. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Be consistent. Step 6, stay long enough for trust to form. This is very important. I say this every now and then when somebody tells me, Matt, you say do this stuff and I don't get result. You will get result. Stay long enough. You don't run from pillar to post and expecting to get result. No. Stay long enough for trust to form. People don't trust easily. We live in a world that has been, when people open their hearts to people, they misuse it. Let people trust you. Let people know that, oh, if I listen to Matt, I won't be led astray. Stay long enough. There was somebody that was talking to me and he said, Matt, he has been joining my life every now and then. And he said, yesterday night, he said, Matt, do you remember me? I said, I can't forget you. I know your name. I know your handle. And I like to put names to handles. So I like to call people by their name. Stay long enough for trust to form. Because I want people to also trust me, and I love to trust people. Most people, they stop too early. You share twice, no response, then you disappear. No, stay. Some miracles happen because someone showed up once. That's fine. Many bigger miracles happen because someone kept showing up. It kept showing up. Yes, that is it, Angel. Consistency. Always showing up. Whether people watch or not. There is a guy I know. I've forgotten the name of his channel. He plays guitar and he sings. And he does that live on Monday. And it's only one person that watches him. And he has been doing it for years. Whenever I meet him online, I just love what he's doing. His music is not the best music, but he's consistent with his craft. Stay long enough. Bigger miracles happen when people keep showing up. I was talking to, so I'm gonna let this out. So this is something somebody paid me for, and we had a session. I was talking to her. She's a nurse. She's a nurse, the one you call a nurse. I said, you're a nurse? She said, yes. I said, do you know there's a nurse? Do you know there's something called e-nurse? Do you know you could be a nurse on Facebook? Do you know you could be a nurse on YouTube? Do you know you could go to YouTube and teach people how to live a healthy life? I said, do you have a voice? Can you talk? Do you know your craft? Do you have a phone? Can you talk about health? I said, I'm not an expert. I can't do it. I would have loved to do it. A lot of people need information about health. But you're full of it, but you can't use it. You can't use it. And I said, when you do it, once you do it the first time and it doesn't work, don't run away. Stay long enough. Stay long enough. Let people know you. Let people know you. You know, I don't want people to think this only applies to the creator economy or speakers. No. Let's look at a local business person. Let's call her Maria. Maria runs a small business, right? Nothing flashy, no big brand, no sign, no big online following. And if you ask around, people will say the same thing. Maria is different. Why? Because Maria listens carefully. Maria does what she says she will do. Maria communicates clearly. Maria solves problems. Maria follows up. Maria treats people with dignity. To her, that felt normal. That is okay. She said, that's just how I work. Exactly, and that's just how I work. It's why people trust her. In a world full of confusion, reliability feels like a miracle. In a world full of noise, clarity feels like a miracle. In a world full of transactions, care feels like a miracle. Maria didn't become successful because she had the, or she was the loudest, or she had the loudest voice. No. She became trusted because she respected the ordinary strength she carried. And over time, what felt small became a reputation, and a reputation became a leverage. When I was talking about leverage yesterday, I said one of the examples of leverage is reputation. See, don't miss this. You may be underestimating the kind of impact that comes from being trustworthy. Oh, that's a big currency, my friend. That's a big currency. Not everyone will go viral. Not everyone needs to go viral. Remember that. If you're in the creator economy, not everyone needs to go viral, and not everyone will go viral. Many people need to become unforgettable to the right person. I don't need the whole world to think about Matt Miller. No. I just need a few people to know that, oh, if I listen to Matt, I'll have direction. That's all I need. Friends, rebuild yourself. Rebuild yourself from your inside. Rebuild yourself. As we round off, this is not only about identifying your gift, it's also about healing your self-view. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? Some of you think you know what you carry, but you don't believe it matters enough. You think it's too small. You think it's too small. And that usually comes from one of these wounds, you know. You were valued for what you did, not who you are. So now you overwork and still feel unseen. You were never affirmed properly. Nobody told you thank you. Nobody told you I love you. Nobody said you're the best in what you do. Nobody said you're an angel. So that is a wound you carry. Friends, rebuild yourself. You rebuild yourself. And don't try to survive by shrinking. No. Don't try it. You don't have to become loud to become impactful. You don't have to become fake to become visible. You don't have to become someone else to be valuable. You just have to stop insulting what you carry. That's the healing. That's the healing. Stop insulting your wisdom. Stop insulting your resilience. Stop insulting your discernment. Stop insulting your experience. Stop insulting your capacity. You made it through those hard times that changed you. Honor what you built. Honor what you built. What you built, a lot of people are looking for it. Honor it. Honor it. Remember, what feels ordinary to you? What comes easily to you? What is it that people come to you and ask you for? What is it that people come to you and thank you for? What is it that you see somebody doing and you're like, I can do this, I can do that. That's not the right thing. This is the right thing to say. That's not the best way to do it. What is it? That may be a clue to your purpose. Don't let it slide. The people who keep coming to you, the problem you keep solving, the strength you built in private, the lessons that cost you something, they're not random. That's your material. That's your message. That's your miracle in motion. Today was not just about feeling better, friends. It was about seeing yourself correctly. Because if you keep seeing your gift as ordinary, you will keep hiding what could help people. And I need you to hear this line again, this time with weight. What feels ordinary to you is somebody else's miracle. The way you think, the way you endure, the way you rebuild, the way you explain, the way you care, the way you create, the way you stabilize, the way you keep going. It may feel common to you because you carry it every day. But to somebody else, it is the thing they've been missing. Stop waiting for your gift to feel dramatic. Some of the strongest gifts in the world feel like daily faithfulness, my friend. So I'll leave you with this. You're not just anything. You're not just a parent. You're not just a worker. You're not just surviving. You're not just a survivor. You're not just a helper. You're not just trying, my friend. You carry something. And what you carry matters. It matters in your heart. It matters in your home. It matters in your work, in your community. It matters online. But you have to respect it. Name it, develop it, use it. Stop minimizing the very thing that makes you valuable. Stop calling yourself normal. Stop calling wisdom basic. Stop calling survival nothing. What feels ordinary in you is somebody else's miracle. If this message resonates with you, friend, share this live. Share it with somebody. Somebody might need this as a lifeline. Comment on the videos. If you've not subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button so that you know when we'll go live. What feels ordinary in you is not ordinary. It is a miracle for somebody. This is Matt Miller. Thank you so much, Angel. Thank you. This is me signing out for the day. I'll talk to you later in the evening. Oh, I have one more live before the day runs out. Thank you. And yeah, Angel just reminded me. You can also be an inside member. You can join my inside membership where we can have talks. You can send me whatever you want to send and we can have real talk, one-on-one talk. Thank you so much, friends, for your support. Do have a great day. Thank you so much. Peace.